Have you ever wondered how the infamous Adolf Hitler came to be? Born on a chilly April day in 1889 in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria, he was the fourth of 6 children in a lower middle-class family. His father, Alois Hitler, was a stern and volatile man, while his mother, Clara Hitler, was a gentle and nurturing woman. Adolf was particularly close to his younger brother Edmund. However, Edmund's untimely death in 1900 left a deep and lasting impact on young Adolf. It's said that this tragic event marked a significant shift in his personality, from a confident, outgoing boy to a detached and rebellious youth. He struggled with his father's expectations and his own ambitions, a conflict that would shape his future. Little did the world know, this young Austrian boy would grow up to be a name synonymous with tyranny and terror. Young Hitler, the aspiring artist, had dreams far from politics and power. His heart yearned for the canvas, not the battlefield. But life had a cruel way of twisting dreams into nightmares. In the late 19th century Vienna, Hitler was an unknown figure, a struggling artist. His ambitions were grand, but the doors of the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts remained shut to him. Not once, but twice, Hitler was denied admission. Each rejection was a blow, deepening his frustration, kindling a smoldering resentment against the established order. His life in Vienna was characterized by poverty, the bitter taste of failure ever present. The city's opulence mocked his destitution. The disparity between the haves and the have-nots, etched in stark detail in his daily life, began to shape his ideological beliefs. But Vienna was just the prologue. The real crucible was yet to come. Leaving behind his artistic dreams, Hitler enlisted in the German army at the outbreak of World War I. The battlefield was harsh, but it was here that Hitler found a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging. He was noted for his bravery, even decorated for his valor. But the glory was short-lived. When Germany surrendered, Hitler was devastated. The proud nation, brought to its knees, was a sight he could not bear. The Treaty of Versailles, with its harsh terms, was perceived as a betrayal by Hitler. His disappointment turned into a simmering anger, a desire for revenge against those he felt had humiliated Germany. The struggling artist from Vienna had transformed. The battlefield had hardened him, molded him into a man of resolute determination. His dreams of artistry were replaced by dreams of power, of a Germany restored to its former glory. The seeds of Hitler's destructive ambition were sown in the trenches of the Great War. From the ashes of a defeated nation, a dictator rose. The Germany of the early 1920s was a place of disillusionment and despair. The Treaty of Versailles had left the nation crippled, both economically and socially. It was in this climate of turmoil that a young Adolf Hitler found his political footing. Initially, Hitler's involvement in politics was marginal, as a member of the German Workers' Party, a party that was then just a small gathering of like-minded nationalists and anti-Semites. But Hitler, with his fiery speeches and charismatic appeal, quickly rose through the ranks. His pivotal role in the beer hall putsch, an attempted coup against the German government, marked a turning point. Although the putsch failed and Hitler was imprisoned, it catapulted him into the national spotlight. In prison, he penned Mein Kampf, a manifesto of his political ideology, which would later become the foundation of the Nazi Party. Upon his release, Hitler worked tirelessly to reshape and expand the German Workers' Party, now renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazi Party. His charismatic speeches, filled with promises of a return to German greatness, resonated with the disillusioned populace. Then came the year 1933, a year that would mark a significant shift in German history. Hitler was appointed as Chancellor of Germany. It was a position of power that he would use to implement his radical vision for the nation. The key principles of Nazi ideology began to permeate every aspect of German life. Ultranationalism, anti-Semitism, and a disdain for democracy became the pillars of Hitler's regime. A cult of personality was built around Hitler, portraying him as the savior of the German people, the only one capable of restoring their lost pride and honor. And so it was, Hitler had ascended from a destitute artist to the Führer of the Third Reich. a rise to power that would forever change the course of world history. The world plunged into chaos under Hitler's rule. The world watched as Hitler's ambitions led to the outbreak of the most devastating conflict in human history, World War II. The war was a theater of horror, its stage set by Adolf Hitler and his insatiable desire for power. His role in initiating the war was marked by the invasion of Poland in 1939. This act of aggression was the spark that ignited the global conflict, a conflict that would cost tens of millions of lives. Yet it was the atrocities committed by Nazi Germany that would forever taint the pages of history. Hitler's regime orchestrated the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust, an act of genocide unrivaled in its scale and brutality. As the war progressed, Hitler's dream of a 1,000-year Reich began to crumble. The tide turned against Nazi Germany, and the world's powers began their march on Berlin. Hitler, however, remained defiant till the end, even as his world was falling apart. In the heart of a besieged Berlin, Hitler made a final desperate act. He married his longtime companion Eva Braun in a small, somber ceremony within the confines of his bunker. Only a day later they would both be found dead, having committed suicide to evade capture. Hitler's reign of terror had finally come to an end. Adolf Hitler, a name etched in history, not as a hero, but as a reminder of humanity's potential for darkness. His life and actions serve as a stark warning of the destructive power of hatred and intolerance. It's a tale of ambition turned to tyranny, of power used for evil, and of a man who left a scar on the world that continues to resonate to this day.